Have you been working in an office for some time? And are you suddenly finding that you're working remote? And you're wondering, how do I survive this? I'm Dr. Ed, and as somebody who survived over 1,500 days working remotely, I want to give you some of the tips and tricks that I learned over the years to better improve my productivity online. It's something I call the FACIA method, which stands for feedback, accountability, confidence, isolation, and activity. Let's get started. First, feedback. Feedback is essential for any type of work that you're doing, but especially remotely, because you often don't get a lot of feedback remotely. So it's very important to find an accountability partner. This could be either a peer or it could be your manager or your supervisor. It doesn't matter. You need somebody who can give you feedback. And one thing that I found that is really effective for feedback is to screen capture or record a YouTube video, but make sure that it's 3 minutes or less, because the person who's watching it doesn't want to spend that much time looking and understanding what you're doing. So they want to be able to grasp it really, really quickly and then be able to give you feedback. So make it easy for them. The next is accountability. And accountability is key. It's one of the reasons why it's so easy just to go an entire day without having done anything, because there's no accountability. If you didn't do it, what's the big deal? Just do it tomorrow. The way that you do accountability is not just to write down what you're going to do that day. That's not good enough. You need to find a person, an accountability partner that you're going to be able to connect with online. And there has to be consequences. Like for my accountability partner, I want to send them $20 every single time I miss one of my goals for the day. And that's serious. If I don't achieve my goal, I'm gonna lose $20. And this fear of losing money is a huge, huge driver for your performance during the day. So give it a try, see how it works. The next is confidence. Seems like a fairly intuitive thing, but what I found when working remote is that we're often telling ourselves stories. We're telling ourselves things that may or may not be true. And if you don't have at least some peer or supervisor, somebody you can speak to on a regular basis to confirm whether or not these stories that are going through your head are actually true, you're always going to have a lot of impact on your confidence. And if you don't have confidence, you have no foundation. You probably won't get anything done during the day. So make sure that your confidence is there. Have somebody that you could meet with early in the morning just to make sure that your mindset is in the right place at the beginning of the day so it carries you through the rest of the day. The next one is isolation. Now, isolation is very important because at home, you're typically used to it being maybe a place of entertainment, or it's also the place that you go to sleep. You need to separate those places from where you do work as much as possible. Maybe even if it's just facing a different wall, and maybe you have some work, like some motivational posters or something that kind of tells you that this is a workplace. This is really important because your subconscious is constantly thinking, I should be sleeping right now. Or it's thinking, I should be watching a movie right now. And so you have to get yourself out of that mindset. And that can be a huge impact if you don't have a place that is isolated. And of course, obviously, a place that is well lit, that is fairly quiet, is also really beneficial if you're able to find it. And the last, but definitely not the least, activities. And what do I mean by activities? I'm not just talking about doing the work activities. I mean, you're going to get feedback for your work. But what I really am referring to is activities that allow you to have these discussions, these conversations with peers about what you're going through, how you're feeling. These are essential, especially when you're working remotely. I already talked about what the impact is in terms of your confidence if you don't have this. Now, if you are working in an office, typically you can go to the cafeteria. There's always somebody that you can speak with and you can talk about what's going on during your day. But when you're working remote, you don't have that. So one thing I've found that works really well is if you can find a peer that kind of gets you or you can get along with, try to see if you can schedule a regular time with them. I know it seems kind of weird, like, oh, I'm going to be wasting, 10 minutes or 15 minutes of my day just speaking to this person just about what's going on. But I think the impact that you're going to see on your productivity for the rest of the day is definitely going to outweigh the time that you spend in that meeting. Because as a remote worker, you're going to have these stories. And without some activities, that social connection, it's really going to have an impact on your mindset. So those are my tips for trying to survive and stay productive in a remote working environment. I hope that some of these were helpful for you. If they were, just let me know in the comments below. And if you're looking for more tips on things related to work and productivity, especially remote productivity, please subscribe to this channel. I plan to have a few different posts fairly regularly as, me and my family are kind of going through all of the COVID stuff as well. And I just want to let you know, if you ever have any questions, you can always reach out to me. Let me know. I'm always interested in being involved with a conversation. Let me know how I can be helpful for you. Maybe there's some other topic that you'd like me to cover. Let me know in the comments as well. Thanks, and I will see you in the next one.